Hello everyone, welcome and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Juliet, you're welcome. So in today's video, we are going to be sewing this corset. If you have not seen my last video where I drafted the pattern, I will leave a link in the description box below. So first, I went ahead to cut out my pattern on my fabric. I added half-inch seam allowances around, and the center front part is cut on fold. Then for the cup, I already added seam allowances to the bust band point, so I only added half-inch outside and at the top. Here's the lining piece for the front and back. It's cut together as you can see, and then here are the cup pieces for the lining and also the wadding. So this is the breast part. They are all cut together, cut the same as the cup pieces. Seam allowances are added all around half. So we're going to go join the breast part separate, the cup pieces also separate, using the pattern paper as guide so we don't mix things up. And here is a strip of fabric that we are going to use as the tie at the back. Is measuring 1.5 inches wide. I'm going to join about 2 to 3 long pieces together, after which I'll fold them together like so and then sew down. That's for the rope. And then we also need another piece for the loops. So I have this one here, 1.5 inches again, but this time we're going to fold right sides together and then sew on half-inch and then turn out into the right side. So I'm going to do as many as possible from the scrap of fabric we'll be using later. So this is the body of the corset. We are going to make lines that I will be using for my boning cases. So for this, you just do whatever you want. Let your creativity guide you. You can have two in front, three in front, depending on what you want and however you want the shape to look. This is up to you and your creativity. So for me, I am just rolling out as I wish, and I ended up rolling so much. For the back piece, for the center back, I am marking 7.5 inches in, 0.75, sorry, not 7, 0.75 in. So we're going to leave that space for allowance. We're going to do the same thing for the other edge, the other edge of the center back. Wow. So I'm rolling out this again. Like I said, I had too many that I wanted, but it came out fine. You know, the more lines you have, the more boning you're going to be needing. So take note of that. So on this side again, I've swear I'm going to mark 0.75 in. So we're going to have one boning at that point, like exactly at that point for structure. So next, now I'm using my bias to form the boning channels. So I'm just going to place the bias and sew at the edge of both sides of that bias with space in the middle where the boning will pass through. Make sure that your boning is very tiny. I use a 1/4 inch width of boning to be able to pass through this channel. This is the rope. I have sewn it as you can see, and then this is the part that I'm going to cut out for the loops. Next, now I have my cups. I have sewn and ironed the main fabric. As for the part, I use the shiny part as my wrong side. So if you are using a ready-made brow cup, you're going to be doing the same thing, just that you will not need to join them together. But at this point, you place your brow cup under your main fabric and just pin together and align them properly, just like I'm doing. If you're using a breast part like me, then you're good to go. It's still the same process. Also, I made the, like I mentioned before, I made the shiny part of the wadding my right side. So it is the shiny part that is facing the wrong side of this Ankara cup piece right now. So after placing them on top of each other, I am going to trim. I'm trimming out so that they are exactly the same. That's the pad and the main fabric are exactly the same on both sides, on all sides rather. After which I am going to trim off 1/2 inch at the top we are going to be turning the upper part with the lining, and we don't want any bulk at the top, so we are cutting out ½ inch, only the pad. We are not cutting the Ankara piece, so we're reducing ½ inch only on the pad. I had to make them equal first so that we don't cut more than we should be cutting or less than we should be cutting. So after that, this is what we have. I'm going to be doing the same thing for the other cup piece, and then we will take it to the machine and join it to the main fabric, join it to the body of the corset. So from now, if you iron, because the glue part is under, is going to glue this piece together. If you are using a ready-made bra cup, you might want to put hemming gum in between the two to help with them gluing together. So we're going to go join using ½ inch, the same for the other cup piece. We're going to do the same for the lining. As for the lining, there's no pad, but you can actually add pad to the lining piece too if you're using wadding and you want it a bit thicker. But you're going to go join the lining also ½ inch all the way around for the two. Then for the loops, I'm measuring ½ inch from the top, and then from there I marked 1 apart till we got to the down. So I marked ½ inch in at the bottom, ½ inch down at the top, and then in between I marked 1 inch all the way. So starting from the ½ inch at the top, I'm going to pin the loop there, and then I will twist it and then pin it on the second 1 inch. So I left 1 inch space in between. Then I'm going to pin it there. I'm making sure that it doesn't go past that 0.75 inch that we marked. So next one, I'll put it in between the two, which is where the 1 inch is, and then place it on the next 1 inch. This time around, I'm not skipping any 1 inch again. So I'll pin this. So the twist is just to give it some type of nice look. So next, now I am going to place the next one again in between the two, and then twist it and pin again until I exhaust the entire space I have there. So I twist it and then place it on the 1 inch mark again. So I have 1 inch space in between each of them. I skipped only the first one. That way they twist into each other like a zigzag type of appearance. So after pinning, I will twist, then place it, making sure that they are not falling over into the place. All of them are sitting on that 0.7 inch point exactly. So as I'm doing it on this side, I'm going to repeat the same thing on the other side of the back, on the other back part, and then we'll go and sew. So after sewing, this is what we have. This is what our corset is looking like. Very beautiful. This is the loop side. This is what we have. So next, now I went ahead to cut out the center front. Like I went ahead to make my sweetheart neck a lot deeper than it was. So I just went in by 1 inch and then I curved out like so. I'm going to trim that out, and then I will do the same for the lining piece. I will trim out the same way I am doing on this main fabric on the lining piece. This is optional, you don't have to. I just wanted mine a lot deeper. The deeper it is, the better it looks. So next, now I will place my lining piece right sides together with the main piece, and then we are going to go join at the upper part using ½ inch all the way, and then the side as well using ½ inch. So we join the sides, we join the upper part, and then we leave the lower part open. After that, I ironed, and this is what we have. This is what the wrong side is looking like, very clean. Next, now it's time to put in our boning. So next, I am using my lighter. I am going to melt the mouth of the boning a bit before putting it in. Melt it, but allow it to cool before you push it in. That way it softens the mouth and it's not as sharp enough to get uncomfortable or even tear your fabric. So I pushed it in and then I made a mark where it stopped, and then I pull it out and then mark 1 inch from that mark up and cut out. After which I'm using the lighter to melt again and then push everything back in. So we're going to repeat the same thing on all the boning cases. After that, I will use my bias strip to finish the edge of the lower part, sew it on the right side, then turn to the wrong side and top stitch. And that is basically it on how to make this beautiful corset. Give it a good press and I will show you how it looks on me in a minute. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please give this video a like if you learned anything, please. Thank you so much. Share it with your friends, leave a comment if you have any questions, and if you need any clarification, leave it in the comment section below for me, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you again for watching. Bye.